Alright, so Tetris Splash, a game I mentioned is also going down after the 31st of this month. It's going down because it's made by Tetris Online, and Tetris Online is being discontinued on the 31st. So that sucks, because all their games are going with them, including this one. I'm not going to look at all of their games, but I wanted to look at this one because I own this one. The two single-player modes, traditionally, of course, are the Marathon mode and How Fast Can You Clear 40 Lines. The most outstanding thing about this game is the visual presentation. The blocks kind of look like water gummies, and the background is obviously meant to resemble an aquarium. You can see fish flying around back there, because I said flying. Swimming is a kind of flying, isn't it? Anyway, you can see fish swimming around back there. I'm not sure the developers of this game saw fish in real life, because sometimes the fish just fucking go in reverse in this game, and that's not how fish work. Like, sometimes the fish will just decide to back up like a fucking car for some reason. Anyway, this game is normal Tetris. Aside from the really nice looking graphics and the cool music and relaxing aquarium background, it's normal Tetris. You know what Tetris looks like. The mechanics are, of course, you can see the ghost pieces. I like that the ghost pieces have a water texture to them, a wobbly water texture. I think that adds a lot. But you have your ghost pieces, you have the ability to hold pieces. By pressing the right trigger, you can hold them and use them for later. There is a combo system where the more lines you clear without placing a block that doesn't clear a line, the more points you get. So if I were to clear a single line and then clear another single line immediately after that, I would get more points, for example. And that's kind of it. But of course, I did come prepared with other things to talk about, so let's get to talking about those. The game allows you to unlock additional fish when you reach certain milestones, when you get achievements. Now, because, of course, this is a thing that has to happen for reasons I'll never understand, some of the fish are only available through DLC purchases, and some of the fish tank types are only available through DLC purchases. For the fucking life of me, I will never understand how you can be so greedy to limit the core function of the game, which is to build up your aquarium by placing Tetris pieces, by locking over half of the content behind DLC purchases, when the whole idea behind the game is that your skill at Tetris determines what your aquarium looks like. But, you know, I guess someone really wanted more money for Tetris Splash, even though the game already costed $10 on release, which was more than enough. I am normally perfectly fine with DLC. I do not usually bitch about DLC in any capacity, but this time it just felt really fucking weird, because it undermines the whole concept of the game, which is that your skill determines what fish you get. And if you can pay for the fish, that defeats the purpose a little bit. And it kind of makes people who are good at Tetris feel cheated, probably. I wouldn't know, because as you're seeing, I'm not good at Tetris. So aside from the bizarre fish DLC, what else did I bring to talk about? Well, there were reviews of this game, surprisingly. I didn't really expect there to be any, but IGN reviewed this game, actually. And the review was pretty middling, which is what I would expect for a game like this. However, there's one particular line in the review which I think was probably the hottest take I've ever seen in any review I've ever read. Let me get it here. The reviewer said, "As per usual, the single-player portion of any Tetris game is merely practice for multiplayer, and doesn't have much lasting appeal." Like, holy shit. I think almost everyone that plays Tetris would disagree with you about that one, dude. Like, yeah, Tetris 99 is out and everything, and there are more options for multiplayer Tetris now than there used to be. But I don't think that's how most people thought about Tetris. I don't think Tetris was like a fucking Bomberman situation where people only came for the multiplayer. I'm pretty sure a lot of people played Tetris exclusively for the single player. I'm pretty sure a lot of people still do exclusively play Tetris for single player. You know, it's a falling blocks puzzle game. And, you know, those can be fun and tense in multiplayer, but they're traditionally meant to be enjoyable in single player and addictive in single player. Like, I don't see people talking about how Columns is only good in multiplayer. Anyway, you can have, you know, whatever opinion you want. I just thought that was funny. I'm not going to get outraged over it, I just thought it was kind of funny that that man said that the single-player portions of Tetris don't have lasting appeal, when there are probably people that have poured thousands of hours into single-player Tetris alone. Not to mention that for a while there weren't a lot of options to play Tetris in multiplayer. I think a fucking frog just interrupted my commentary very loudly and rudely. So yeah, Pogo Dork is not the one playing Tetris this time, it's me. I'm the one doing this. And I'm not doing great at it, but I still kind of enjoy Tetris. Like, it's not my favorite game ever. I'm not obsessive about Tetris. I don't really care about trying to get good at it. But I like Tetris Splash, sure. It looks nice, which is most of what I want out of a Tetris game. Anyway, this is the second to last video of the Tetris Friends Let's Play. The last video will cover the multiplayer sections, which I don't really feel qualified to talk about, but I will add a little bit in the beginning before I just let the video go on by itself. Like, I'll add what Pogo Dork said in there, but I haven't played the multiplayer sections because I don't own an account. So, I can't really offer my own opinion to any degree. But yeah, this is Tetris Splash. It's going down after the 31st. So if you want Tetris Splash and all of its fish DLC, then, you know, you should get it soon, because it's almost the 31st. You know, I hope I didn't sound too negative. I like this game. I think it's a well-intentioned and fun game. The fish DLC is goofy, sure, but it's Tetris, and again, the graphics are basically the thing I look for most in a Tetris game anyway.